evening, soccer fans. It is a late one. I think I have just lost my co host as I push live. We are here to cover the halftime analysis of the US women's national team versus Mexico. And I can assure you that Harlie will be back on as soon as her Wi Fi decides to cooperate with us. But let me give you a quick summary. So, first 45 minutes have been played. The score remains 0-0. Good evening, Jake. Let me bring on Harlie to say good evening to you too.
Hello. Hi. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Everything was peachy clean and then it said no Wi-Fi for you. But hi, hello. What a game. Oh my
What a
god.
game.
Holy
Right in there with
mackerel.
the comment, Mexico is holding strong. And let's talk about this because indeed they are. Now, Mexico has conceded early in their previous two games so far in this tournament, and that has really been crucial for them to just make it that uphill battle, and they haven't been able to find that all-important win and even find that all-important goal. And
Yeah.
as the half has gone on, we've really seen them grow into it and create some scoring opportunities. Harlie, what's your thoughts been on how Mexico have played in this first 45?
Well, I mean, last time that we had our halftime show, we talked about how difficult it is to come back from an early concession of a goal. When you put everything together for your game plan and you go out there and it falls apart almost immediately, it's very difficult to come back from that. So the fact that they were able to hold on to this 0-0 result for 45 minutes so far is tremendous. And I think it means that they've done the right pre-game prep to either do their research right or put different players in spots where they're going to be better suited. But also, there is no way that you cannot talk about this game without talking about Itzel Gonzalez, because holy mackerel, she is standing on her head, all 5'5" of her. She's tremendous. Like, someone lit a fire underneath her, because my goodness gracious, she is really holding this team together right now. Those saves are incredible. And when I'm on the field, I don't know if this is the same for you, Megan, but like when my keeper makes an insane save, like that gets me so hyped. I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, Nat, our goalkeeper at Unity, pulled off a double save in the
Oh
second
my
half of our game on
god.
Saturday. And I think
On
the
the
whole team was
line.
just like, yeah, like there's
So
something about
hyped.
that, like the pressure of being a goalkeeper is very, very tough. It's something that I
Wow.
could definitely not do. And like on a massive stage as well, like the international stage, like this is the chance where you can prove yourself. You can get those looks. We've seen it time and time again. Players who've come in on international duty and made a difference, they get some looks and then they get to move on to bigger and better things and they get the recognition that they deserve. And in this case, she has had a really solid 45 minutes, and I'm excited to see what she does in the next 45 because I do feel that she is going to be busy because the
Yeah.
US have been building. They
They
hit the post with mid-first. That was like
They've been
so
raining
close.
pain.
Lindsay
It's
Horan had
crazy.
one that I expected Horan to score from that area, and I think
Yeah.
she was really disappointed with the connection that she made of that one.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
she almost looked surprised about it. She looked down at her feet. I was
did
like,
I?
she was like, what have I done for you to disgrace me in this way? Like, sometimes I do the same thing. If I hit the ball wrong, I look down at my feet. I'm like, why? Why did you do this to me?
Yeah, like when I'm making a pass towards one person and then the ball goes off the other direction, I look down like that's not what we planned.
That's so funny. I wanted to talk about this last time we had a show too. It's just like it is so comforting to me to see these players at the top of their game, like the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and even they are still fallible. Like they still make mistakes. So when I'm on my field, and I'm trying my best, and I have like a whiff of the ball or something, I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting paid to do this. It's fine if I make mistakes.
I totally agree. Like when I see anybody shoot the ball over, I'm like, see, Coach Chris, like they're doing it at that level too. Or the worst one is when you have an open net and the ball comes in and you put it wide or you put it over. I mean, that has got to be like one of the worst feelings in soccer when you do that. But like you
Not
say,
to
Harlie, it
listen.
happens.
It happens, but also not to derail because we are supposed to be talking about the game that's currently on. But if you guys haven't heard, Unity FC put away a pretty tidy win this weekend, and Megan got this world class header. Like, it was just incredible off this laser beam of a cross. Insane goal of the week. Well, I mean, like, honestly, all 4 goals we had during that game could have been goal of the week. They were so great. But yeah, Megan, you had that net open and you slammed it home. You crushed that thing.
Thank you. I was so
Amazing. So
excited.
yeah, so let's see if these US girls can figure out how to capitalize like you do, you know? They should watch the replay
Right?
of what you did.
Yes,
Insane.
they really do. I mean, at this point, the US has qualified for the World Cup, right?
Right. Yeah,
But
so
not the Olympics.
yeah, so this is where we're at right now. They clear path to the World Cup. They're in, they're ready to go. The road to Paris, though, is still a little bit narrow because if they clinch the win here, then they automatically clear the playoff berth for, or not the playoff berth, but anyways, they're going to be in the 2024 Olympics. If they don't win, I don't know if it's a draw, but essentially they need to win this championship to clear the berth to Paris. If they don't win this game, then I think Canada is still in the running to take the championship. I don't know. There's a lot of like statistical logistics going into this and stuff, a lot of numbers, but I'm pretty confident like if the US wins this, they're in the Olympics for sure. Mexico, on the other hand, I think this is why they are putting it to the grindstone right now because this is so important. Like, it doesn't mean that they're gonna place well in this championship. I mean, they lost to Haiti. Like, that was just a heartbreaking loss for them, I think, because it really was their way to the World Cup. But now, if they lose this game, I think they don't even get another opportunity to try and place for the World Cup this year because there's another round of games where I think there are, I don't know how many teams are involved in it. I think maybe 12, but the top 3 teams of those games are going to be able to go into the World Cup. And if Mexico loses this, then they don't even get that shot. So I know that was a lot of it's really confusing. Jake gets it. So yeah, so I would really love because like the heart that I'm seeing out there, the way that those girls are pulling it together right now, like man, it's exciting soccer. Of course, you want to see that out there. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want dreams to end. Sad.
Yeah, 100%. And the atmosphere, let's talk about that because that first 45
Get out of
minutes, I
town.
absolutely loved that you could hear the crowd.
Just buzzing.
Yeah, like seats are filled. It's not a full stadium, but the seats are filled significantly higher than any other match so far this tournament. And they did confirm that this is the highest attended game of the tournament so far, which is super awesome. And
Yeah, and also not surprising. We saw the game against Jamaica. There was no one there.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, we got the first half match stats coming up. There have been 5 shots. Well, there's been 5 shots out of the U.S. 2 have been on frame. 3 shots for Mexico. This is crazy. The U.S. has strung together 210 passes.
wow.
That's crazy.
How many has Mexico had?
72. US has 69% possession at the moment. Mexico's got 31%. I will say though, like possession wise, when Mexico does have the ball, they are pressing down that field. Like they have been, I would say like the last 15 minutes of the game were some of the most dangerous opportunities, and they came out of Mexico.
Yeah, I think we've really seen them grow into it. And I think going into this game, they really took into consideration, let's just solidify those gaps and make it hard for the US to break us down in those first 20 minutes. And then once we accomplish that, then let's try and look to build our own attack. And that's really what we've seen. Like you said, that last 15 minutes, we've seen them create numerous opportunities, not just from set pieces, but also from like open play, getting the US on the counter attack. So yeah, it's really, I really hope that this halftime break has allowed them to like take a breather and to go out and like be high tempo again, because this break could also have come at a bad time for them because, like we said, they were growing into this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Jake, you're absolutely right on this, man. I I think Mexico is laying everything they have out into that field. And this is something that we always talk about within our own personal game. The unity way is like if you go out there and you leave 110% on that field and it still doesn't go your way, you can walk off of it knowing that you did everything that you could. And I hope that these players tonight, regardless of what the result is, can feel exactly that way. And like we were talking about at the beginning, this is great exposure for them. You know, how many people are watching this game? How many people are in those stands right now? Like, they're going to look at these players and be like, you know what? If this is the end of the road for the Mexican national team, where can we see more of them? How can we keep supporting them? How can we get these players to different levels, and what are they doing after this? Because there
Right.
are leagues in Mexico where these women are playing. I mean, the goalkeeper, Gonzalez, she is playing for Sevilla. So, and I'm pretty sure Jake, you follow them on Instagram. So you'll be able to see her around somewhere on social media. So
Yeah, and they've even got a good amount of players on their team who are currently playing college soccer in the United States. So this is a really awesome opportunity for them to showcase that they can not only compete at the college level, but they can also compete with some of the top players across America. And that really says a lot. And so, yeah, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing a lot of opportunities come for these players. And Harlie, I know that you can see the screen, so let me know when it's coming back on.
oh
And
yeah, we're in advertisement zone right now.
oh, everybody should be
Yeah,
watching us
all the ads. It's all
then.
good. You can order an electric Cadillac at the moment.
Okay,
Very
good to know.
compelling.
Good to know. Yeah, I think that they said there's 3 players who on the Mexican national team. I can't remember whether it was just in that starting lineup or whether it's across the entire roster, but they definitely do have some players in the NWSL. You're totally right, Jake.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's really you think about the path to pro soccer and you think about the path to the nationals, and I think the NWSL has done a really great job of providing that next level to players, giving them the ability to play for club and country wherever that might be. So I mean, we've talked about that on prior shows as well, and how it is important for the NWSL at this point to continue that segue, or to continue that transitional uh I guess, like the transition of the roster to create players that are going to support the team when it comes to nationals. But we have the women walking out on the pitch. Sorry, I have my TV in the background, guys.
So, real quick before we go, Harlie, what is your full-time score prediction? How do you see this game finishing?
You know what? I love a compelling dark horse story. I think what's going to happen, Mexico's going to net one, and it's going to finish out with a 1-0 win for Mexico, and the US is just going to lay it on, and they're not going to be able to score. I'm just putting that goodness out in the universe so that Mexico has a shot.
Okay, you heard it here first. My score prediction is I also do see Mexico scoring. I think they're going to come out and they're going to continue the momentum that they built and they're going to get one. But then I see the US finding that final
I
and
think that's probably going to happen.
2-1. But you know what? Everybody should tune on over to Paramount Plus, where you can watch the CONCACAF Women's Championship, U.S. Women's National Team playing against Mexico. Right now, 45 minutes left to play. Big outcomes coming from this match with lots of things on the line, qualifying for the Olympics, qualifying for the World Cup. Make sure you tune in. Thank you for joining us for our halftime commentary. It's been a pleasure, Harlie. Lovely to chat to you.
So wonderful. Yeah.
And we'll be back with more Our Cup of Tea content very soon. So stay tuned on our Twitter for that.
Speaking of that, yeah, we're trying to put together a nice recorded show for everyone. So it should be out either this week or next week, but promise a regular show is coming to your screens. Besides that, thank you guys for joining us. Jake, as always, we see you in the comments, buddy. You're just the best, man. Jake says a 1-1 draw and penalty shootout. That would be compelling. Let's see Gonzalez on the line for PKs. All right. That's some exposure. Anyway, we're about to kick off. So Megan, thanks for everything. Always.
It's been a pleasure. Bye, guys. Enjoy the second half.
Enjoy, guys.